In this video, I'll take a look at this SpyderX Elite calibrator and I'll give you 3 good reasons to calibrate your monitor. Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto. I'm a photographer and a Lumix ambassador from Helsinki, Finland. And in this video, I'll take a look at this SpyderX Elite calibrator that you can use to calibrate your monitor. But first, a disclaimer, I did not buy this calibrator. Datacolor approached me, or actually it was their PR office in the UK. They asked me if I'd like to test this calibrator. And I said yes, but they do not pay me to make this video. I make this video because I think this is an interesting topic and I think this might interest you too. The main reason I got interested in this calibrator is that Datacolor claims this is the fastest calibrator on the market. And that is very important because the calibration process is kind of boring. There's nothing much happening, but you can't just start the process and go for a coffee. You have to stay by your monitor just in case the calibrator asks you to do something like change the brightness of your screen. And there are just some color patches changing on the screen, so it's kind of boring to watch. So the faster, the better. And it certainly appears that this is really fast, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But let me first explain you what the calibration means. Let's say you and I both, we calibrate our monitors, and then I'll post-process a picture and I'll send it over to you, and you do the same thing. And then we both watch each other's pictures on our monitors. And if we have a calibrated monitors, the pictures are gonna look the same on my monitor and your monitor. So when we calibrate our monitors, we kind of standardize the display, how the colors and tonality are going to look. And here are 3 good reasons why you should calibrate your monitor. The first reason is that you collaborate with other people. You send pictures or similar type of material back and forth. It's so much easier to evaluate each other's work if it looks the same on everyone's monitor. If it looks totally different, it's hard to give feedback and hard to evaluate the photos or whatever the material is. And the second reason is that on a regular basis, your pictures are going to end up in some printed material like book, magazine, brochure or whatever. When you have a calibrated monitor, then you can have like a reliable preview on your screen, and you know when the picture is going to be printed, you know how it's going to look, how the final product is going to look. If you don't have a calibrated monitor, you may have a color tint on your screen or something that you don't even realize it is there, and you post-process and adjust the colors and tonality. But then when you send it over to the print house, it's gonna look totally different there, and maybe the printed result is not what you're expecting or what the client is expecting. And the third reason is that you have a printer and you print on your own printer. It's also, in that case, very important to have a reliable preview on your screen. Otherwise, your printing process can be more like a hit and miss. If you can't trust the preview that you see on your screen, then the whole process can be really difficult, and you never know how the print is going to appear when it comes out of your printer. So there are many good reasons to calibrate your monitor. However, I'm also fully aware that there are a lot of photographers who never calibrate their monitor, and they are doing just fine. And if you are one of those, I don't want to argue with you, and I don't want to push you to buy something that you feel you don't really need. I have calibrated my monitors as long as I can remember. I have, this is mine, I have this X-Rite eye display calibrator that I have used for many years. I think this must be at least 6 or 7 years old already, and it's still working fine. And before this I had at least 2 calibrators that I used for many years, and the reason I upgraded to this one back then was that then my current calibrator could not calibrate the glossy screen on my iMac. The glossy screens were kind of a new thing back then. So if you buy one of these things, it's not like you're going to upgrade every year or every second year. It's this kind of a device is going to serve you many years. So what about this SpyderX Elite calibrator? This is their top of the line, the best calibrator that they are selling, and they claim this is the easiest to use on the market. Well, it's hard to verify because easiest is very subjective, but it is very easy to use. And the application is very simple. It's gonna tell you what to do. You don't need any instructions or previous experience. Basically, you just remove the lens cap, plug this in. It's just a regular USB plug, but you have to plug this straight into your computer, not to a USB hub or something similar. Then you just start the application and hang this on your screen like so, and start the process and watch it happening. The application may ask you to change the brightness of your screen at some point, but that's pretty much the only thing you have to do. But you can't leave the process because it may ask you to do something. And this certainly is fast. Datacolor claims this is the fastest. Another thing that I can't verify because I haven't tried and timed every calibrator on the market, but it's certainly faster than this X-Rite eye display that I have. I timed this and it takes less than 2 minutes to calibrate the screen, just as they claim. And because you may have to adjust your monitor in the middle of the process, the total time depends on how fast you are with your monitor. With this X-Rite eye display, it takes about 4 minutes to do the same thing. So this is about 50% faster, or half the time, less than half the time, which is a good saving, because the 4 minutes it takes on this X-Rite, it feels like 10 minutes because it's so boring to watch. And Datacolor also claims this is the most accurate, which is also very hard to verify because I'm just eyeballing the screen, but I think this did a really good job, and it's certainly not any worse job than what the X-Rite is capable of. And also this SpyderX Elite software, it has a nice match screen, match monitor feature that can match all your monitors if you have several monitors. Of course, if you have a low-end monitor and a high-end monitor, the low-end monitor is never gonna look exactly the same as the high-end monitor because it's a low-end monitor and it just can't do all the same things than a high-end monitor. However, when I used the match monitor feature to match my laptop screen and the BenQ SW271, I think it did a really good job, and the monitors look really similar. The price for this SpyderX Elite is around 270 euros or dollars, and this is their most expensive calibrator. But like I said earlier in this video, if you buy one of these, it's gonna serve you a long time. You're not going to upgrade this every year or every 2 years. Like I said, I've had this X-Rite for 6-7 years at least already, and still working fine. So the initial cost is not that bad when you divide it over the years. And it's true that many monitors these days, especially a little bit higher end monitors like this BenQ SW271 that I have, they look really good straight out of the box. But after you calibrate them, they're gonna look even better and more accurate. And would I recommend this SpyderX Elite calibrator? Yes, I would. Mainly because it's fast. Like I said earlier in this video, the calibration process is kind of boring to watch, and the faster it goes, the better. And the faster it is, the more likely you are going to do it when it's needed. If it takes a long time, you're just gonna do it later, and then after 12 months you realize that you never did it. But if you feel that this is too expensive, buy any calibrator. It's better than no calibrator at all, because I think my recommendation is that you calibrate your monitor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.